In part 2 of this tutorial, I will now create a view for my application. Now, in the view I want to create should have a tree to edit the model, an editor to edit whatever is selected in the tree, and a graph to show the burndown view. So what I need to do is I need to select the application view layer, select a frame, and create it. This will automatically create an empty frame for me that has no data. I can put a title on it. Next, I will split this frame in two, and in the bottom right component I will create my editor. In the top left component I will also split this panel in two. This is my editor. And in the top left component, in the top left, I will split it vertically. Now, at the bottom right, I will want to create a chart. And at the top left, I will want to create a tree view. Now, if I look at the application I've just created, it's an empty shell ready to accept my model. What I then need to do is associate the model, the Agile application, in the tree. I say, well, here's the tree, and I drag my application on it and select the root property collection to display. And now my tree view automatically shows the model that I have created for my application. Now, I need to bind the selection in my tree to my editor. To do that, I will need to create a custom editor that is binded to a selector. So to do that, I will go in the application view schema and start creating classes that are only good for the view layer. So I will create a package, and I will create a class which is selection manage editor. This class will inherit from the editor model. So it is an editor panel. Now, what I want to do is also create a new property that will make the editor point to a selection manager. This will be a reference of type selection manager. This way, if a selection comes from a table, from a tree, or any type of components, I can still bind my editor to it. And this will be a reference. Now, I need to create a rule that will tell the editor to listen to the selection manager and automatically edit one of the selected collections. So I will create a rule. This rule will have a single output, which is the edited collection, and it will have a single input, which is the selection list. Now, to find a selection list, I need to select the link selection manager, and in the link selection manager, I need to go in the selection list, and in the selection list, I select all the selected collections. Now that I have my inputs and outputs, all I need to do is write a code for that rule. So what I will do is return, call the filter list method, which is used to filter a list to extract a single item from it. And I will want my selection to be null in case there's multiple selections. So the last parameter will be true to say null on multiple selections. Apply. Now I need to enable the rule. Now this will not work right away because this class here is just a normal editor and it's not linked yet. So I need to create my editor again based on a new model that I've created, which is the selection manage editor. So I create my editor again. Now it's done. And now I need to link my tree to my editor as the linked selection manager. Now, whatever happens here, I automatically edit the item that's selected. I also need to customize my editor to say that I want to edit all the properties. And there we are. Now my selection is automatically binded to my editor. And this concludes the second part of the tutorial. In the next part, we will create a burn down chart to fill this graph here.